I've had an obsession these past few weeks. I cannot stop watching and thinking about The Boys TV show. I've been watching countless clips, analysis videos, and cast reviews. I just can't stop obsessing over this show. And this is rare for me. I'm the guy who proudly tells people I pretty much only watch animated shows. The only two live action shows that have gripped me this much are Freaks and Geeks and Stranger Things. There's a simple reason for that. Both are short, usually about 10 episodes long, have deep themes and stories underneath everything. And The Boys is just like that for me. I started watching season 1 about a week ago after stumbling upon an analysis video about the show from the official Amazon page. First off, it's kind of awesome that they're doing that. Even better if they hire a creator I already follow full fat videos. I like the videos down in the description, but these analyses made me really interested in the show. Before even watching it, I had heard about this dark superhero show on Amazon from when season 2 came out, about like in 2020. I also heard it come up again when Invincible was airing, so people kept comparing those two together. Most likely due like the gore both showed and like how different it was compared to other superhero shows. The videos I watched analyzed the heroes of the show, Starlight and A-Train from season 1. I was just taken aback at how deep their characters were. Both characters take these modern concepts and put into like a superhero environment. Starlight is like the innocent girl thrust into the darkness as her modern reality. She experiences firsthand what goes on behind the scenes of our broken world. A-Train's arc is the struggle of maintaining relevancy as an athlete who's fading out of his prime, similar to the struggles of being an athlete in our modern world. After watching these videos, I knew it was time for me to binge season 1, and boy, did I enjoy it. For those who don't know, The Boys is a dark and realistic take on if superheroes were real in our modern day society. The heroes are all owned by a company called Vought American, who markets these heroes through their heroics and sells products based on them. We see plenty of examples of every character having their own movies that all combine into like the Vought cinematic universe. Wonder where they got that from. I love seeing like the products in the background shots, like energy drinks or birthday decorations with all the heroes on them. Their main product is the Seven, which is an obvious point in the Justice League or the Avengers. They're the core superhero team that protects the world of the boys. You know, you got your Flash, the Wonder Woman, Batman, of course, Superman. Of course, when they benefit from it, then they'll save the world. They're essentially like a boy band that Vought parades around and markets with. Every aspect of their lives and persona controlled by a marketing team that just feels so fake. It's why their actual selves are just so jarring. It's the opposite we expect from heroes. They're just petty, manipulative, and just downright miserable people. We see how obsessed Vought is with maintaining good PR, just focus on trends and milk as much money as possible from the general public. They're obsessed with profit and desire even more power by wanting to get their superheroes in the military in order to get that government money. It's this more realistic take on superheroes and The Boys that really make the show feel like a breath of fresh air. Of course, most superheroes wouldn't be like Superman. We live in a broken world full of corruption and evil. Of course, they'll slip into superheroes. And of course, any person that gets such godlike power is not always going to be as infallible. Season 1, I think, does an excellent job toning on this concept. Really gets to see the reality of every member of the Seven and how they contrast their fake public persona. Homelander, who's a Superman, is definitely the star of this show. He just steals every scene he is in, and the actor playing in him is just unsettlingly good. I personally never watched the evil Superman story, so I have no context, but this would have to be the gold standard. This show goes deep into his background psyche just to show why he is so mentally unstable. Honestly, just can't wait until we just see him snap and just laser everyone. Our main group of characters, the boys, have had their lives just ruined by these heroes and seek revenge on them. Each one of them has an axe to grind with superheroes and go to extreme lengths to enact their vengeance. The leader of them is Billy Butcher, a foul-mouthed man obsessed with killing the man who ruined his life, Homelander. The show kicks off with one of our main characters, Huey, just watches his life thrown into pieces due to the carelessness of a hero. It's quite a jaw-dropping start to a show and really highlights what the show is all about. It led me to watch all of season 1 in just a few days, to be honest. I could not take my eyes off of the show. Season 1 just follows Huey and his experience getting to know the boys, and Starlight, an innocent and pure girl who just joined the Seven. Both offer us insight into what it's like on the ground level, but also at the top. Huey's definitely my favorite character in the show, as he is the most grounded of everyone. He had an ordinarily and stale life that was just destroyed in half a second. His anger and feelings are how a normal person would react in the situation. A superhero thoughtlessly killed his girlfriend. Anybody would be beyond pissed. And Starlight has to deal with the sexism and how corrupt it is being at the top for the Seven. She just wants to be a hero and save people, but the politics and business of Vought just want her to be marketable and stay in line. We see how corrupted both sides are and how change just needs to happen here. The characters are definitely the highlight of the show. Every single main character has solid depth to them, until everyone has some problem in their past or life that just causes them to act out in some way. The show goes to really good lengths to give us scenes that just show what every character is like in their personal life, even the villains. To me, the airplane scene is definitely the best scene in the entire show. It just perfectly encapsulates the world of the boys and fleshes out Homelander just amazingly. It's unsettling to watch in action and just shows how fallen this world is. The show also does a great job with tone. It has this perfect balance of like comedy and drama. Obviously, we have some scenes just comedic violence, like this one guy is getting his head beat in the bathroom. But obviously, we have some like traumatic violence. I don't really have much else to say about season 1, other than that you should just watch it. It's only about 8 episodes, and the show really drags you in with the first episode. I don't want to spoil too much, as the surprises and plot twists are really great, especially if you're looking for something new in the superhero genre like me. After binging through season 1, you can bet I watched season 2 as soon as I could. However, season 2 is not as strong as season 1, and that's more to do with like plot conveniences and just pacing. Season 1 just had a strong and gripping start, while this season's more of a slow burn. It has much better payoff, but just wasn't as strong consistently as season 1. It has mostly to do with how characters just appear because the writers want them, or just escape just because. Like, there's a scene where like the boys are running from Homelander, which should not be easy as he's a guy with X-ray vision and super hearing that could easily hear breathing from yards away. Plus, the show tells us how unsafe it is to be out in public for the boys. Only to kind of ignore that as the season goes on and they just go out in public and do things. It becomes really distracting once you notice it. But these plot holes don't really detract too hard from how gripping the narrative and characters are. Season 1 does a really good job going the aftermath of the season 1 finale, with a really specific focus on Homelander. He's definitely the star of this season, and we get a lot of great characterization for him. We see just how obsessed he is with attention, and will go to any extreme to maintain that love. I enjoyed how willing he is just to be a Nazi, but only because it involves him being worshipped. He literally does not care about white supremacy, only his supremacy. It's an interesting twist that really just fleshes out his character a lot more, and leads into a lot more interesting character moments for this season. The characters overall are still really strong, and the less developed characters from last season really get their stories expanded this season. I really enjoyed watching the X7 member, The Deep, go to Sandusky, Ohio, which is near my hometown, and crawl himself back to relevancy, all while making funny jabs at the local area. All the boys really come together for a much tighter bond here that really shows how strong of a team they are. I enjoy how they show us Butcher's more vulnerable side this season and why he acts all crazy all the time. Character development like that is what really drew me to this show. Plus, the social commentary is even stronger than previously. I like how we see how fake these inspirational messages are by corporations, since they have no backing to them whatsoever. I really enjoy how a character's sexuality is exploited and only viewed favorably because it's a good marketing tactic. Season 2 is definitely really strong and expanded the stories of last season really well. With how season 3 is looking, I think the show's in good hands, and I expect them to be even better than this one. I just hope the writing is a bit more tighter with better explanations. I don't know about you guys, but I've gotten sick of the MCU. Back around Endgame, I, like a lot of America, was obsessed with the MCU. Watching those two movies, Endgame and Infinity War air in theaters, was just so relieving and just awesome. Years and years of build-up led to this grand moment. But after what felt like a series finale, I just stopped caring and felt burnout. You know, the only superhero I found myself interested in now is Spider-Man, and that's because his story just feels so distant from the main MCU. I just can't bring myself to watch the latest show or rewatch old movies. I just feel like we've just had too much Marvel, and it's kind of like the same thing over and over again. And frankly, I just don't care anymore. I think the interest in superheroes was definitely renewed by watching like shows like The Boys and Invincible. Both are about superheroes, but take a much different spin on the concept. Both are more grounded in reality and offer a more realistic take on superheroes. But I need to focus more on The Boys for now. Maybe someday we could talk about Invincible if season 2 ever drops. I just really enjoyed just a more refreshing and realistic take on superheroes. Obviously one that's not like super cynical, but really like shows like goes in the background of like what superheroes would really be like. And it's not as like pure and good-hearted like you see a lot of MCU. It's like it's not all just about like, oh, the main hero rises from the ashes and gets a superpower and changes the world. It's more like our world just kind of screwed up, you know, and we just got to deal with it and do our best to shine a light in the world. And I really like that. I really like how some of the characters are just struggling just to find the good in the world and just be the best they can be. As mentioned in the intro, I have not gotten this obsessed with a live action show in a long time. I really, really love watching this show. And I just can't stop thinking about the show. I can't stop, like I said, I can't stop watching the clips. I can't stop doing everything. And I am just really, really looking forward to season 3 and everything I'll bring to. This is a rarity for this anime-obsessed weirdo to love a show this much. And I would highly recommend anybody to pick up this show now and start watching. It is something we do not see often. Thank you guys for watching this video. I plan on making another video when season 3 finishes though. I feel like the finale of that one's gonna be crazy, and I really, really want to make a video just recapping all my thoughts on that. Thank you again. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Drop a like. If you guys have any thoughts about The Boys, let me know, and please subscribe. I hopefully upload another video soonish. I don't know when, but thank you guys for all your support, and have a good day.